Hey everyone, the first thing it's going to ask you to do in your math packet is to add and subtract decimals. Some of them are going to be word problems, some of them are not going to be word problems, so I just wanted to go over a review of how to add and subtract decimals. So in some of these they're going to be asking you to estimate, and we didn't really do much estimation in class, so I'm going to show you how or what it means to estimate to check your answer, but I'm not going to require you to do that because we didn't really do it in class. As long as you're adding and getting the right answer is all I'm really worried about. So first we're going to start with, I have 32 and 156 thousandths, or 32.156 plus 0.02. So if you remember, the first thing you want to do when you add decimals or subtract decimals is line them up on the decimal or by place value. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you'll see I'm lining up my decimal. My ones place is over my ones place, my tenths, my hundredths. Okay, and if you want to, you can add placeholders to help you add. So now I'm ready to add. 6 plus 0 is 6, 5 plus 2 is 7, 1 plus 0 is 1. Bring down my decimal. 2 plus 3 is 5, and 3 plus 0 is 3. So my answer to that problem is 35 and 176 thousandths. Now, when it says estimate to see if your answer is correct or to check your answer, this is the way you can do that. So if I look at 32.156, that's closer to 32 than it is 33. So I'm going to say that it's 32 plus, and 3.02 is closer to 3 than 4, so I'm going to say plus 3. The reason I know that is this was a 5, 32.556. 5 is when I round up, so I would say it would be closer to 33. Same for right here. If this was a 5 or bigger, I would round up to a 4. So I'm going to add 2 plus 3 is 5, and 3 plus 0 is 3. So I got 35. Are my answers close? They are. So this is how you can use estimation to check your answer, or you can use estimation first to see what your answer should be close to. So that is adding decimals. Now let's move on to subtracting decimals. So again, it's the same thing. You're just subtracting now, and you need to line up your decimals. So I have 752.3 minus 41.563. So here I lined up my decimals, I lined up my place values, the tens above the tens, the ones above the ones, the tenths is above the tenths, and my decimals are lined up, and I can add 0 placeholders. Okay, I can't do 0 minus 3, but I can't borrow from a 0, so I borrow from my 3 and it becomes a 2, and this becomes a 10, but I still haven't solved or fixed this problem. So my 10 becomes a 9, and I'm sorry, this is not that neat, and this now becomes a 10. Now I'm ready to subtract. 10 minus 3 is 7. 9 minus 6 is 3. But now I have 2 minus 5, and I can't do that, so I have to borrow from my neighbor again. My 2 becomes a 1, and this becomes a 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. Bring down your decimal. 1 minus 1 is 0. 5 minus 4 is 1, and 7 minus 0 is 7. So 710 and 737 thousandths. Again, I could have guesstimated here. 752.3, this is less than a 5, so it's going to be closer to 752. But 41.563, this 5 is going to make this 41 go up to a 42, so I'm going to do 42. And I'm going to subtract. 2 minus 2 is 0. 5 minus 4 is 1, and 7 minus 0 is 7. You can see that I'm pretty close. 710 is what my guesstimate was, and this was my actual answer. Okay? So just read those word problems carefully. You're either going to be adding or subtracting the decimals. Remember to line up your decimals and line up your place values. Add any zeros if you need to, and you will be all set. Thank you.